Welcome back, everybody, to another Pittsburgh Pirates franchise video. We have inexplicably made it all the way to the NLCS and now seek to push it further beyond and challenge for the World Series. We have taken the first game against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and next up it's going to be Zach Littell versus Roki Sasaki. I have the lineup looking like this, and let's get into Game 2. Who could have imagined that we would challenge for the NLCS in just year 2? It's an incredibly quick ascent into actually being competitive, and a lot sooner than I thought it would happen, but we are here now and we need to make the most of it. The Pittsburgh Pirates in the year 2026 are here, and it's time to get to work. Roki Sasaki on the mound looks to be their actual ace. We did topple the Titan of Shohei Ohtani in Game 1, but Sasaki had a lot better of a year so far in 2026, and here in the postseason, he's going to be the biggest challenge yet. He will nail the upper-outer edge of the fastball against Luis Arraez to begin the game, and we are down 0-1. Arraez has been kind of an enigma, I would say, throughout this year and into the postseason even. We have not seen the signature Luis Arraez that I expected to get when I got him. I wanted a high-contact, constant contributor, and so far, he has been not so constant. He averaged under 250 for the year, if I'm not mistaken. But here in the postseason, it's gotten even stranger in that he's actually showing flashes of power. We've had 3 big postseason home runs by Luis Arraez. I've highlighted how rare that is for him. And it's just been kind of strange since we've gotten him. But I'm at least happy that he's contributing. Obviously, those 3 home runs have been huge so far in the postseason. And if we can get it to continue, then you know what? So be it. I will take home run version Luis Arraez. Back to the action at play, though. Bryan Reynolds is tied up 1-1 against Sasaki, and he hits that to left field, and it looks to be playable. It is right on the foul line, and that will end the top of the first. We will get our first look at Zach Littell today and how he does against the Dodgers. His very first outing in the postseason was an absolute disaster that came off the rails big time, and his ERA is hyperinflated because of it. So we need a bounce-back game from Zach Littell, and with this series now in the Dodgers, it's going to be a longer challenge, you know? It's not one of those 3 or even 5-game series to where you can face elimination and start sweating after 1 or 2 games, you know? I mean, hypothetically, you could have lost just 4 in a row, but since we won Game 1, we've given ourselves a bit of breathing room, and Bart will assist on that strikeout of Rengifo, and Zach Littell has his first out. So, with the Game 1 victory, it's got me thinking, like, okay, you know what? I didn't expect to have success. I didn't think that we had a very high chance, of course, of beating the Dodgers with this lineup and even with this rotation or bullpen. But we're here, and we need to make the most of it, like I said at the top. So now I'm trying to move the gears in my mind of how I want to process, you know, the game plan here. And how seriously am I going to take it? Of course it's going to be taken seriously. We're in the postseason. I keep saying it over and over, and I'm probably sounding like a broken record here, so apologies for that. But the excitement of actually being here is really, really high, you know, on my list right now. So it's 2-1 against Mookie Betts. Fouls it away to even it 2-2. Zach Littell so far is looking okay. He's nailing the corners, and we're looking good. But it's kind of strange to process and being totally transparent here and like how I'm feeling on the Dodgers series. And that's a line drive up through the middle for Mookie Betts. And LA has their first base runner. So it's trying to balance, you know, the fan excitement, the game excitement of, okay, we did it. You know, we won 1 game. That's awesome. Triolo can't get there on the dive. And Sawinski will have to play in right. 2 men on now and 2 outs. You know, balancing that excitement versus trying to keep it calm, cool, and strategic. And right now, I'm having kind of a hard time doing that. It's just a little too exciting, but trying to keep it even keel here. And Will Smith to left field for Reynolds, and they are going to send the runner. We throw home, and that cannon of an arm is going to get him there. A perfect throw by Brian Reynolds. Wow, yeah, check the replay on that one. We've seen this before. He gets it. The crow hop, the missile coming in, or the cannonball, we rather should call it. And look at that. An absolute dart right to Joey Bart. And we get him on the tag at home plate and prevent the first run. But the Dodgers have taken 3 hits off of Zach Littell already. It's 1-2 now against Joey Bart. And Sasaki has only had to throw 11 pitches. And he gets a strikeout there as it's under the zone. Bart swings over it. Now Jack Sawinski, who has had an incredible renaissance here in year 2. And in the postseason, it will continue. Sawinski is going to get on base with 1 out. He's got a single. And that'll push his average up over 300 now. Max Schumann, meanwhile, has not been able to contribute very much. That's under the zone. And no, we're not going to send Sawinski on that. Quick reaction from Will Smith prevents the runner advancing. 2-2 now to Schumann. Sasaki up above the zone. We've run the count full. A good at-bat here from Schumann. And that's grounded to second base. They try to turn 2, and Schumann legs out the fielder's choice. All right, they can't get him in time. Good speed there. Spencer Horwitz now down 0-2 against Sasaki. And fouls that away. Definitely would have been called a strike, but there's not much we can do with it. We're late on that timing. Luckily, Horwitz is able to grab just a piece of it. Still 0-2. Misses! It looked like it was going to grab that corner again, but Sasaki nails us. It's 0-2 against Eugenio Suarez in the bottom of the second as Zach Littell comes back out, and we get him on a slider. Perfectly placed on the bottom outside edge of the zone. Littell's looking good so far. I know it's only 4 outs, but, well, make it 5 as Cruz should post up there, and James Outman will be a long out number 2. Definitely take that result. 0-1 against Tommy Edman now, who has yet to see a successful hit in the postseason, and he'll have to wait a little bit longer as Spencer Horwitz is able to field it cleanly by himself, and that's 2 innings down. Dodgers fans still waiting for some fireworks. It's 0-1 against Jared Triolo here in the top of the third now as we move forward. This game is moving very quickly. I think it's just because of the quick results, and that goes, come on, go for, no! Freeman is able to chase that all the way down, way out in foul territory. Wow, okay. So 1 out. Luck doesn't go our way there, and Colson Montgomery steps to the plate in the 9 spot. I don't know where else to put him right now. And that goes to the left, and yes, it will fall. There we go. All right, Colson Montgomery will have a 1-out double. And he's been an enigma as well because he had a pretty good average for the regular season. That's why I went after him, you know. But right now, all we've been able to depend on with him is just the defense. And Luis Arraez will pop out. That's a non-productive out number 2. And we're in danger now of stranding the base runner at second. O'Neal Cruz, who's had a really good postseason for us, will lift that now into left field, and that's going to be another long, high pop-out. And that's out number 3. We go bottom third now. Zach Littell only has to throw 18 pitches through 2, and Pages will start this inning off with a single. So already the Dodgers put another hit on the board against Littell, and it's now 2-0. We do get the call there. That's a perfectly placed fastball. Let's try to go inside again, this time maybe with a changeup. And Rengifo is able to get that into right field. Kind of jam him on it. It's just weak contact, but it's placed perfectly for the Dodgers as they continue to get lucky. And now Freddie Freeman steps to the plate. Called strike at the top of the zone. It's a good start. We need something really non-productive here. Either strikeout, shallow pop, double play. And no, Horwitz can't grab it. Sawinski is going to throw home, and the Dodgers have loaded the bases. They don't chance the run, and this is now looking very, very worrying for Zach Littell. So much so, in fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and start warming up, let's say, Majinski and Carson Fulmer. Still nothing to nothing, but through 25 pitches total, the Dodgers have been able to hit against him very effectively. They're getting lucky on some of these, falling short, but I think right now we need to start planning ahead. And if Zach Littell falls apart for the rest of this inning, it's going to be very, very damaging. Bryan Reynolds deep in left field. We're going to throw home, but with the speed and the distance, I don't think that we're going to be able to get him. Yeah, the Dodgers will score the first run of the game. Teoscar Hernandez now with 2 men on and 1 out. Gets a strike against him. Very good pitch from Zach Littell. I will leave him in here right now, of course. And to Schumann, to second base. Triolo makes the turn, and Horwitz grabs it. There we go. A double play will get Zach Littell out of further danger, but the Dodgers have drawn first blood here in L.A. Game 2 is going to get interesting. Now we're behind, and we got to play catch-up already. Let's move to the 4th. Bryan Reynolds will lead off for us, and we have not really been able to figure out Sasaki, but Bryan Reynolds will get a single into right field. Good timing on that, good contact. Everything goes our way on that one. And we've got a leadoff base runner now as we try to answer back against the Dodgers and score a run ourselves. Joey Bart, no, he's underneath it, just late on the contact, and it was weak as well. And that's a shallow pop out in the right field, out number 1. Jack Sawinski. Back to the plate now, and yeah, his average is up to 321 after that hit earlier. Oh, man. Got a really, really good piece of that. 108 off of the bat, but it runs foul. Oh, man, I'd like to have that one back. That was a splitter at 89, right in the center, top part of the zone, and that was it. Fouls that away. We've run the count full with Sawinski now. I really, really would love to get Sasaki out of this game early, but it doesn't quite feel like that's a possibility. He's just been really, really good and getting lucky results. And that's a bad decision to swing there. Sawinski's underneath it, and we have struck out for the 4th time. Now it's 2-2 against Max Schumann. Runner still on first base. Miss! Fastball challenges him in the center of the zone, and Schumann goes down. Will Smith now comes back around, and we're ahead 1-2 against him. And that's it, and another leadoff hit for the Dodgers. As Reynolds fields it in left, Will Smith is on base. And I think right now the leash is very short for Zach Littell. That's a great splitter. Suarez watches it, and that's out number 1. And just when you think that, like, Littell is going to not get out of danger or it's about to go bad, Outman, can I have an autograph? Here's another billboard or a poster board. Wait a second. Look at the guy to his left. I know that guy. That's the guy from the Phillies games. What's he doing here? Anyways, we get a fastball called down and away against James Outman, and it's 1-2 now. But anyways, just as Zach Littell gets into trouble and you start to really, really worry, somehow he's able to wiggle out of it. At least he has been so far, and he's going to have to do so again. And that's it. Horwitz makes the turn to second. Montgomery back to first, and we got him. See what I mean? Another great double play behind Littell. And the pitching comparison is here. 4 innings down. Only 1 run scored against us, but they've got 7 hits. We've got 3. Sasaki has been striking us out. He's been very difficult to manage here. And now in the top of the 5th, Spencer Horwitz, 1-2. No, he gets us on the slider. Almost looked like a fastball coming in. Thought it was going to nail the inside edge. And yeah, it just ties this up in knots. It's really difficult. It's not even like a strange delivery or anything for Sasaki. It's just, I guess, how the ball comes in off of the hand. It is deceptive, and it's really difficult. And I think probably one of the best parts of MLB The Show is how it can feel authentic to the idea of these pitchers being really tough to hit or figure out, or certain pitches looking deceiving. It's one of the things you always hear about in baseball, but unless you play it, it's hard to verify. And wow, we are way late on that, and Sasaki is through 5 clean innings. But yeah, it's one of those things you hear about that you're like, yeah, that makes sense, and I understand the words, but do I understand how it feels? Well, in MLB The Show, you can get a feeling for how that feels, and it's not good to look like a fool. And Tommy Edman lifts that high for Cruz, and we got the first out, and Zach Littell still somehow is managing to get deeper into this game. It's 0-2 against Pajes now. We've got 1 out, and that is played by Horwitz. Yeah, just barely. Good reaction time to get that, and it does not go down the line, and that's out number 2. Lineup turns over now for the 3rd time, and Rengifo, and yeah, wow, Horwitz is getting a lot of defensive highlights today, but so far he's been dependable. Luis Arraez is back, the 3 times batting title winner. I'd love to see a little bit more of that. And there we go. That's what I think Luis Arraez should be trying to do. Nothing special. Just get it through a gap, plug it into one of those holes, and just get on base, man. Give O'Neal Cruz the opportunity. And no. Wow, we're going to squander that one. No, he does make it on the fielder's choice. Okay, there we go. The speed of O'Neal Cruz is on first. So let's try to take second. We'll take that pitch. Going down, and no, they've got him again. We just cannot steal bases very well in the postseason. It's been like every other one that we've taken or gotten thrown out. Just flip-flopping here. And a perfect hit. No, it's in the glove. Come on, man. This just doesn't feel like it's going to be our game. Just none of these things that are like 50-50 or should go our way feel like they're going to. And Freeman will immediately line out to Schumann. Mookie Betts now behind Zach Littell. It's 1-2. Aiming outer edge. We get it, but Betts is able to fight it off. Okay, let's try to drop something again on the outer edge. Let's go off speed. Yeah, got him on the splitter. Great pitch, man. Luckily, we get the call there. Happy that went our way. And Teoscar Hernandez now, 1-2. And the sweeper is weakly dribbled over to Montgomery, and Littell is through another inning. That's 6 now. Very nice. He's been able to recover and gather control of this game once more. It's 0-2 against Bart, though, as we still look for some offense. And another swing and a miss on the slider. It's just so tough down there in the bottom of the zone. That's strikeout number 8. He's been chewing us up, man. 71 pitches through 6 1/3. Did we go around? No, thank you very much. So Winsky now 1-2 as we were able to check that swing. Come on, man. Got to get something going. And there we go, down the third base line. So Winsky will have another hit. This time it's going to be a double. And wow, he can't pick it up over there on the line. If we were very much quicker, I think that would have been a triple. We had, one of those 99 speed guys. Evan Carter could probably make that a triple there. And now it looks like Sasaki's feeling a little bit fatigued. No, it's under the zone, the splitter, and yeah, we can't advance on that one. 2 down now as Schumann goes down swinging, and Spencer Horwitz tied up 2-2 will get a shot. We get that one deep to right field. It's good timing, going back, going deep, and they get there just before the warning track. Another one that just doesn't go our way. We will leave Zach Littell in to start the bottom of the 7th. As pitch number 59 is a swing and a miss from Will Smith. We've gotten a lot of results very quickly for Zach Littell. Early on in the game, it was extremely worrying because of all the hits that were coming in bunches, but he has been able to knuckle down. He's still not even in the yellow for his energy bar, and it's 0-2 now against Will Smith. And weakly dribbled there. Littell not able to get it at first, but he recovers, and that's another out to Spencer Horwitz. 0-2 against Eugenio Suarez now. And the shift was on. So that's going to go through into right for Sawinski. And we've got another base runner. Very, very careful here now. Zach Littell is going to get another opportunity with a base runner. And there we go. Outman is way underneath it. Pops it up nearly on the bag at second base. Triolo will bring it down for out number 2. I'd love for Zach Littell to get through another out right here. Tommy Edman. And okay, nope, we're not going to get it. That's a line drive into left field, and there's 2 men on, 2 outs for the Dodgers. And I think that's probably time. We're going to go ahead and signal the pitching staff. Bring him in. It's Carmen Mlodzinski. Now, he has got a really ugly ERA right now. I know that. But Mlodzinski, through all of this past year, in the minor leagues, and then when we've called him up, he has been really, really good. So as relievers go, that ERA can get absolutely destroyed based on one bad outing. And I think that's what happened there with that ERA. Very good cutter called for strike number 1 against Pajes as the Let's Go Dodgers chants begin to ramp up. And that goes deep to center field. Cruz going back. This meter is so confusing. No, we jump at the wrong time and it's out. Oh, man, and just like that, Pajes with a 3-run blast for his first home run of the postseason. The Dodgers now with a commanding 4-0 lead. And that hurts. That really, really stinks, man. All we needed was 1 more out. And instead, that might be the nail in the coffin. Montgomery to first, and that's the end of the 7th inning. Really, really need something special to come back now. The Dodgers will bring in Alex Vesia. And like I said about that ERA, take a look. It's 81. All right, well, let's see if we can do anything here. This is a little bit more of what I expected out of a game versus the Dodgers. You know, pitching is tough. We were able to hold our own miraculously, actually. Zach Littell did a really, really good job. Despite the hits, they only scored once on him, right up until that home run.
2-2.
And that, I hit X here, but I think Will Smith just got hurt for the Dodgers because they bring in Dalton Rushing. It looked like a wild pitch, but there was kind of a thud, like an impact, and maybe something with the wrist of Will Smith. I'm not sure, but he's out of the game because I just hit X too quick to see the injury screen. So, all right, we'll have to see if that affects the Dodgers, and whether we see him in a future game or not, I don't know. But Dalton Rushing, who is a familiar name for those who watch the Two Idiots franchise that I do with Cryptic Panther, and that is an out. We'll leave in Majinski now, as in the bottom of the 8th, we're down by 4, and the offense has just not been able to do much for us. Sawinski trailing, and no, not able to get there. Even with a wild swing of the arm. Yeah, that's not really even close, my guy. But I think we're at the portion of the game now to where I think Majinski might just try to close this thing out. It's 0-2 against Mookie. And no, Schumann can't get there on the dive. Reynolds cannot pick it up cleanly either. What's going on in left field today? Mookie Betts will have an RBI double. And it's now 5-0. So, yeah, I think we might just sacrifice Majinski. Strike on the slider. We got him. All right, 0-1. Dalton Rushing now in place of Will Smith. He will bring that to right field. Zawinski fields it cleanly on the line drive out. There's 2 down now. Still runner in scoring position, though, for Eugenio Suarez. That goes in the dirt. Bart throwing to third on the advance, and we can't get him. All right, the Dodgers are lucky one more time. Yeah, everything's just going their way today. Wild pitch from Majinski, and this should be the last out we need. 1-2. We get him on the slider. Majinski finishes the 8th off, and we've got one more chance to do something. To prevent that, the Dodgers bring in Landon Knack, and he's had 13 innings pitched throughout the regular season, none here in the postseason, as they're up 5-0, and you got to imagine they're feeling very, very comfortable. They are warming up a couple guys just in case disaster strikes or we make a gigantic comeback effort here, but got to think our chances are very low. We'll watch the ball down and in, and it ties it up to 1-1 now. O'Neal Cruz, no hits today, but he's made contact very early on that one, and Freeman fields it for out number 1, and the Dodgers are 2 outs away from closing this game. We took a really surprising victory in Game 1, but like I said, this is what I really had imagined was going to happen. Another perfect hit that goes right to a defender. The show has got to stop doing this to me. Anyways, yeah, this feels like a game versus the Dodgers that I expected. It's 5-0. We're down to our final out. Joey Bart to center field, and they got it. The Los Angeles Dodgers are able to bounce back and answer our Game 1 victory with one of their own, and the series is now tied 2-2. We are guaranteed a deeper series now that both teams have won a game, though, so there is a silver lining. I also got to feel like the 3-game stretch at home that's coming up looks good for us. We've got Andrew Abbott, Paul Skeens, and Shane Baz set to go for games 3, 4, and 5. On the other side of the coin, in the ALCS, Baltimore and Seattle have mirrored us, and they have each won 1 game. So it is going to be a slugfest to try to determine who challenges for the World Series this year, and I can't wait to continue. Hopefully, Andrew Abbott versus Blake Snell turns out better for us, and I'll see you guys soon for the very next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support, and Game 3 coming up should be a good one.